In this video, we're going to take a closer look at both the Index to Legal Periodicals and Books Full Text and Legaltrac database. These are both electronic tools that you can use to find law reviews, law journals, law periodicals, and they can both be accessed again from the library research page. You can do a search for e-resource name for the title of the database, in this case Index to Legal Periodicals. That's probably as much as you put in. You could put in the full name or Legaltrac. You can also find these if you go to our databases A to Z list, and they will be listed in alphabetical order. So I'm going to go ahead and click search, and it is that top one that we're looking for. Click on the link there, and that takes you in. And so the Index to Legal Periodicals and Books Full Text is a database that is on the EBSCOhost platform. This is something that you may have used in your undergraduate degree. EBSCOhost is a very popular platform for many different types of databases. One of the advantages of using an index as opposed to a full text database is the indexes. And in this case, we're going to go up to the top there before we put anything in the search box. You can just type in a term and go ahead and do a search as we did in Hein Online, or you can browse through the index. So you see the different types of indices that you can search. Author again, document type. Now what this is doing when you do a search or when you're browsing the index is giving you a look behind the articles that you'll find in this database. These are terms that have been applied by a real human being, and so we're going to look for, in this case, urban agriculture. Continue our search for that, and you'll see what comes up here. So urban agriculture as a subject in and of itself. Over here you'll see there are 9 articles in the database about that. And then different permutations of urban agriculture. So this gives you a little bit more granularity in your search. Urban agriculture, economic aspects, law and legislation, social aspects, urban agriculture in the United States. I want to select all of these. So I check the check boxes. I want to make sure that I'm connecting the terms using OR because I want all of them. And I will add that to my search, and you'll see now all of those things are pasted into the search box. I hit search and they should all come up. Now other things that you can do here, we've got all 16 of those results. If I had a large number of results, and let's just go back and try one more search. Let's look for something a little bit broader. Let's say food law. Food law and legislation. You'll see there are 187 articles on the general topic of food law and legislation. Add that to the search. Search. So I have 187 things that come up here. Now I can use these limiters over here to hone in my search. One thing you can do is, we know if we only want the full text, we just click the full text right there. I'm not going to do that just yet. You can limit by date. But if you come down to subject, and I'm going to go ahead and show more, this shows you all the additional subject headings for each article that is in these 187 results. So you can really narrow your focus down. So if we were primarily interested in food law as it pertains to food labeling laws and legislation, and we'd click that box, update, and that will retrieve just those 7 articles. Now it tells you out to the side here the different types. I want to choose one for which there is not the full text. So this is the University of, it's a Food and Drug Law journal, and it says that it is not available full text. Now what you can do in this instance is to click this button over here with the flying pig, and that is the Find It button. And it will tell you other places, other sources that the libraries have for this journal where you might get it in full text. Now, in this case, the LexisNexis Academic. Now, one word of caution is that for law reviews, for law journals, not everything is going to show up in a Find It search. So your best option is really to either ask a librarian or to search for the title of the journal in our catalog. And you'll see, so this is taking you to where you can get the full text of that particular article. Now, if we did not have access, if neither the university libraries nor the law library had access to this particular journal in full text, then you could do an interlibrary loan or an ILL. And you'll see if you are a law faculty or student, then you would use this link right here. So you would click on that, and that takes you to this page where you can. Now we're not quite as sophisticated at the law library as they are at the university libraries. If you want to do an interlibrary loan, you're going to send an email to Lorraine Lawrence. She handles all of our ILO requests. She's very quick and efficient with that. So in this case, you would send her an email and tell her, this is the title of the article I want, this is the journal that it's in, and if you can give appropriate dates and page numbers, that would be very helpful. So before we leave the indexed legal periodicals and books full text, I want to show you one more thing. By way of comparison, let's bring up our search history here, and we're going to bring up that urban agriculture search that we did. View results. So we got 16 results, and we know that these are all pertinent articles on the topic of urban agriculture. Let's compare that though to what we got with Hein Online. So this is our search that we did on urban agriculture in the Law Journal Library of Hein Online, and we got 180 matches as opposed to that 16. So you're going to find a lot of crossover. You'll see we've got the Wisconsin Law Review. This alternative law journal, though, this is one that's unique to the Index of Legal Periodicals and Books, though it is not full text there. So I would encourage you to do all of your searches through in both Hein Online and the Index of Legal Periodicals and Books full text. That way you know you're doing a much more thorough search. You're going to find a lot more information. And let's take a look at our final one, Legaltrac. And again, we can find that by doing a search for the e-resource name from the Law Library research page. I'm going to type in Legaltrac, and it's T-R-A-C, no K on the end, and that brings up the record. We're going to click on Legaltrac, and that takes us in. Now again, the single search box, your basic search is going to be a keyword search. We could switch that over to subject, and really what that does for us is searches the subject index. This is an indexed database, and we're going to type in urban, and it will give you search suggestions agriculture, and there it comes up. So we're going to click urban agriculture search, and we get 33 results here for urban agriculture. Again, a lot of crossover. Really anything that you see that is your typical law review, like here at the top, Wisconsin Law Review, William and Mary Environmental Law and Policy Review, these are things that will most definitely be in the Hein Online Law Journal Library. So there will be some that might be new, like this. Here's this Environmental Claims Journal. This is not your typical law review. It's not published by a law school, so it is not represented in the Hein Online Law Journal Library. So this is a unique one, but it is also not full text. If we limit our results over here on the side to only full text, then you'll see we've taken from that 33 down to 6. And I would venture to say almost all of these 6 would be in Hein Online, and yes, that's true. So the advantage of Legaltrac and the Index of Legal Periodicals and Books full text is that you're going to find some things that are outside of the typical world of law journals, law reviews, but you're not necessarily going to find those full text. So it's a good tool to use to broaden your search horizons, but you might be frustrated if you only want full text articles right then.